Hey guys, how's everyone doing? This is Nick from forexfornoobs.com with the daily analysis. Today is Thursday, 6th of September 2018. Time is 11 a.m. here in the UK. You're looking at an AUDJPY daily chart. Today's analysis, we're going to be looking for price action setups across all the pairs to the right here. When I say price action setups, what I mean is reversals, continuations, all kinds of price action setups. I don't really care what type of setup. As long as it's a good setup, I will consider taking it. So, let's get started. Kick things off with AUDJPY. This pair is just moving sideways on this area. You guys know what that means? But this webinar is public, so we won't discuss those setups in detail. But we can discuss this one further on the forum, AUDJPY. AUD New Zealand, nothing much going on here, guys. I mean, it's bounced away from this resistance area, but it was a very difficult setup to enter. So, yeah, nothing going on there. AUDUSD, this one's just being weird, isn't it? It's at a very, very significant low. It's pretty much equaled the low it had back here. Let me show you guys. This was, why is it? This was the 23rd of, the 24th of May, 2016. Let's go to the daily. It's easier on there. So 24th of May. Move. 24th of May, 2016. And it bounced from that exact point yesterday. So it's pretty much equaled that low. What's going on here essentially is price is testing this low that it hasn't really been below this in 2 years. It is now testing that low. It's trying to get below it, but it's not quite succeeding. I think on AUDUSD, if it doesn't get below this low soon, we're going to see a big turnaround. I want to trade that turnaround, but it's getting tricky to trade because it's just an absolute mess down here. So this one, we've been watching it since the start of the week because it's been down at this level the whole week. But there's no real clear entry point right now. So I know people hate it when I say this, but this is just the reality of trading. We're just going to have to wait and watch. I know people like the exciting stuff, getting into trades, blah, blah, blah. But a lot of trading is about sitting, waiting, watching, waiting for the perfect opportunity, waiting for the perfect entry. A lot of people rush into trades, and of course, it costs them money. I don't like doing that. Well, at least not on the big time frames. I can do that on the smaller time frames, like 5-minute trading, sometimes hourly trading. I will rush into a trade, but even that's carefully calculated, and it's not really just blindly rushing in. My point being, pays to wait and watch. We are going to wait and watch with AUDUSD. Going to see what happens down here. Going to see if it has another attempt at breaking this low. We're going to see if it breaks that low. I mean, if it breaks that low, that's good news for us too, because we could definitely trade a continuation from there. If it breaks this low, then pulls back up to resistance, I think it's probably going to drop from there. But if it doesn't break that low, if it stalls out here, we could look for a long trade. So either scenario is going to be good for us. I guess the worst scenario for us would be that it just moves sideways for the next few weeks, which is also possible. I mean, anything's possible. So let's just wait and see. Don't rush into any long trades right now because there's definitely not a clear setup at the moment. EURAUD. EURAUD, again, is at the top of that resistance area. So there was a setup here that didn't work out too well. Short from there. Now it's stalling out a bit higher. I mean, this is a very strong trend. It's now pushing further above the resistance. Definitely not looking for a trade here. Not right now, anyway. EURCAD. Now, this one, quite interesting, guys. Very strong bullish trend. Again, I'm not a huge fan of countering very strong trends, but this one is By the way, when I say I'm not a fan of countering strong trends, that doesn't mean I'm not a fan of reversal trades. It's just when the trend is very, very strong, I tend to find that the reversal setup is riskier. If you have a weaker trend, but still a trend, so that's moving more like this, then the reversal is much safer. But this one, instead of moving like that, this one's just going bam, straight up. So that's when I consider reversals riskier. But this one, it's stalling out here on top of our resistance area, but also on the 200 moving average, which is basically just a moving support resistance area. So this one has a bit more potential. Let's keep a close eye on this one. We could be taking a short here later today or tomorrow. I would say tomorrow would be more likely. Early tomorrow, maybe hold it over the weekend, or maybe, depending on how it forms, wait until Monday. That way you don't have to hold the trade over the weekend. That's always preferable because, I mean, don't really like holding over the weekend when it can be avoided. Incidentally, there's a new video in the course on holding trades over weekends and how to handle that situation. Can someone please tell Kev to just refresh? Yeah, so with how to handle that situation, holding trades over the weekend, there's a new video on that. I gave you guys a link yesterday. Do check it out. It's kind of an important topic. Nothing much on Euro JPY. Euro USD, there's still some of you who are long on this, presumably. It's gone quite well for you. It's moving slow, of course, but it is... I just want to double check Euro JPY. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, so Euro USD, it's moving slow, but a few of you are long on the 4 hour. Definitely worth holding on to. Slow mover, but has good potential. I missed that trade, unfortunately, which I explained in yesterday's members only analysis. GBP AUD, not much going on. GBP JPY. So Euro USD, there's no setup here at the moment because the setup's already triggered. So you'd already be in a trade. So there's no potential trade coming up. GBP JPY, nothing much going on. GBP USD. I think a few of you got in long on this one. It was a fast mover. So a bit of a surprise. New Zealand USD. Now this one's interesting. Anyone long on this one? I accidentally skipped this one on yesterday's analysis. When I was going through the pairs, I somehow just missed New Zealand USD on the list. So I added it to the forum analysis after the video analysis. So is anyone long here? Yeah, it was quite low on support. But to be fair, support's more like... if you want to place a line at that recent low, then it lines up perfectly. So... yeah. Well, anyway, if you're long, hold on to it. This trade has some good potential. It took off yesterday evening. It's not really going crazy well right now, but it's not going bad either. It's just kind of pushed up a little bit and now stalling out a little bit, but that's normal. Hold on to a trade, good setup. USD CAD stalling out up here at this area, which is kind of resistance, but kind of not resistance. It's just support resistance on USD CAD is very messy at the moment. I'm probably not going to do anything with USD CAD. USD CHF, we have a strong setup here, one of the new setups I've shared with members. Waiting probably for a retrace to get in on this one. Discuss this further in the forum. USD JPY, nothing much going on. So let's do a quick summary. AUDUSD, we're waiting to see what's going to happen at the support area, because it is stalling out. It's a very, very significant low. It's a 2-year low, but there's no clearly defined setup at the moment. EURCAD stalling out at resistance. This looks like it might give us a good short setup, although it is a very strong bullish trend, so it is risky. But on one of the pros for this is the 200 moving average is lining up with my support area. So when you get these two lined up, it usually leads to a stronger overall setup. So this has good potential. I'm looking for a short here. I don't really trade EURCAD that often, but looking for a short. EURUSD is already open, so that's not part of the summary. GBP/USD, I'm going to unmark that. New Zealand USD is already open, so again, not part of the summary. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. There's not that much going on for a Thursday. Thursday is usually a busier day. The setups I'm seeing at the moment are EURCAD and AUDUSD. Any questions? New Zealand USD. One sec. And I will answer that question. Right. So this is the setup. It is counter trend. 1.5 when it's a counter trend setup is a good initial target, but always look to extend that target. Don't look to get out at 1.5. 1.5 is a minimum, not a goal. Minimum target, not a goal target. Look to extend up to the next resistance area. Maybe 1 to 3 or maybe 1 to 2. But yeah, definitely look to extend. Start moving. My advice would be to start moving that stop loss up a little bit, because it is counter trend. So moving that stop loss up a bit is always a good move. Maybe to 0.5R. So that would be half your original stop loss. So when that's something that's covered in Viet's videos in the course, how to adjust and trail. So yeah, I would consider moving up that stop loss to 0.5R, because there is a good chance that this is going to turn around and pull back, because like you say, it's counter trend. It's already attempted at pushing up and it's come back down. So there is definitely a good chance that it's going to start coming back down. So protecting some of, limiting your losses essentially if it does turn around is a good idea. But yeah, I mean, other than that, guys, it's a pretty straightforward setup. If it starts pushing up strongly, if it breaks this, the top of this candle here, so essentially if it makes a new high, basically, this is how you do it. I'll just give you a quick bit of insight in how you do it. So you set an alarm at this high, right? I messed that up. But anyway, point is, you set an alarm at this high. So this is the high you set the alarm at. When price pushes up, breaks that high, the alarm triggers, you come back to your phone or to your computer or wherever you're trading from, and you watch and see what happens. You give it some time, you see if it continues to push up. If after that break it continues to push up quickly, remove that target you have in, remove that pending, or that exit order, remove it, and see if it starts pushing up further. See if it has some momentum behind it. If it has some momentum behind it, extend that target to 2. If it still has momentum, extend it to 2.5. While doing that, move your stop loss up to break even to make that trade a safe trade. So now there's no possibility of an actual loss. And yeah, that's how I am going to manage this. Probably. I mean, obviously, with trading, you have to adapt to the actual scenario. But right now, let me get rid of these. I hate having my old alarms stacking up. Yeah, I mean, I guess that answers your question. Any other questions, guys? Ooh, Bali, nice. I grew up in Australia, never been to Bali. It's weird for an Aussie. That's like a top holiday destination for Australians. Pretty sure you're from Australia, right, Kev? Ash, no, this is a public webinar, so no. Just ask in the forum. All right, so it doesn't look like there's any other questions. So I'm going to wrap this thing up, guys. Thank you for attending, and I'll see you all again on Tuesday, but, you know, also on the forum, but for a webinar next Tuesday. So yeah, thank you guys for attending, and I'll catch you all later.